Is Thrustmaster a serious contender in high-end sim racing? That's the question we're going to try and answer today, because I'm going to be honest, I don't think Thrustmaster is really thought of when it comes to the high-end stuff like Moser, Fanatec, Simagic, all these other companies that are operating at that level when it comes to sort of like not just PC, but PC and console-ish stuff as well. But here we've got some interesting products from Thrustmaster. They're all review units from Thrustmaster. We're going to let you know the positives and negatives from our experience. But this is starting off a direct drive base from Thrustmaster, about 650 euros. We both took this out of the packaging. We were like, it's heavy. It rattles a bit, the quick release. And I was like, not sure. Then when it came to mount it, it was awkward to mount to my rig. Had to put it on a plate. But when we used it,
really impressed by it.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's the force feedback is very, very, very refined. It's about 10 newton meters force feedback, but it feels like all of Thrustmaster experience of doing stuff like T150s, T300, T500s has sort of come through here in the way that it's very refined feeling.
Yeah, it's like they've learned from the previous stuff and got better.
It doesn't inspire you with confidence the way the quick release works.
That's the only thing I don't like about it.
Do you want to turn it around and see what it looks on the back? So that comes separately, the quick release comes separate in the box, and you choose which quick release you want, whether it's for the T300 or T18. However, when we put it on,
it's solid.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So again, it seems to be that Thrustmaster know what they're doing, but maybe the optics are like, put people off. So, but we're going to let you know, because this is £199, dollars, euro, I think roughly the same, head to head with the Fanatec GT3, which is comes in at the same price.
Yep.
Also, you've got the Moser KS a little bit higher. GT3 rims, very, very, very popular. Arguably my favourite. I don't know if I prefer it or the Fanatec GT3. You are a fan of this, Will. Yeah.
When we used it last, you were a big fan of the looks of it, the shape of it.
Yeah. I'd say though, to be completely honest, when I took it out of the box, I was like, it's light. This is really, really, really light for a wheel. You notice it when you take it out. And it's even lighter because there's no quick release. And I thought, does light equal cheap? And then also it kind of, the way I was looking at it, the buttons look, they're not illuminated buttons. They don't have like indicators on them, like 1, 2, 3 or anything. So I think it was that cheap. But then I saw the Ferrari 488, which is a car that I really enjoy driving in real life. And I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh, this is a replica. Like this is how it looks. And there's a glossy carbon fiber finish on it. And it's light as well. And I feel like the lightness contributes to the feeling of having that power, for lack of a better word, sort of like power steering. Force feedback experience, but you've also driven it in iRacing.
I've really enjoyed this rim. I didn't think I would. I generally didn't, because I was the same as you, lightweight, shiny plastic in places. But once it's mounted up, absolutely solid. The gear shifts, nice solid clicks. The button placement is really good. They're actually nice firm buttons to press. They all do the job. Looks quite good while you're driving. Grips are comfortable. Yes, they're a bit solid, but they do have a coating on it, so they're not rock solid, but they could be a bit squishy.
I think very competitively priced at $199. And actually, we were looking at some of the other Thrustmaster rims that we don't have, like the SF1000, which is also like about $250 at the moment retail in the UK.
And they do a round wheel
with a screen. So and they're all the Ferrari ones, and you get the big Ferrari logo. And I think that does that compared to other. We've used, for example, the McLaren Asher Pro, which is a much nicer rim than this. Like, there's no question. It's so nice. But do you know where the McLaren logo is on that? Where it doesn't? This one, I think you do. It's like in the middle.
Is it?
Well, I can't. Well, it's got the two.
It's not on the top of my head. I think it's towards the bottom. I think Asher's towards the top.
I can't really remember. If you look at the Fanatec GT3, it's just a low printed logo. That does make a little bit of difference. I would love if it illuminated. That would be a big deal. But it does, having that Ferrari thing at an entry level, it might sound silly, but it carries some weight.
I mean, it's not a sticker either. It's actually a dedicated item. It's not just a sticker put on like the McLaren Fanatec. It's just a sticker added onto it.
So if you're talking about pricing, you got $199 there, you got $650 here,
200,
about 200 here. So you're talking $850. You're probably talking, if you get offers, about £1,000. I don't think I have an affiliate link for Thrustmaster or discount code. I will ask them to try and get a discount code for you, but you may want to buy from retail anyway. That's the advantage of Thrustmaster. But let's say about £1,000. You're talking pretty similar to Logitech. If you use my Logitech discount code, that will get you closer to £1,000. I think there, where you get in the constituent parts. And £1,000 in Fanatec ecosystem will go a long way. You can mix and match CSL DD, V3 load cell pedals. These are load cell pedals, by the way.
Really good pedals, really highly rated, have been for years.
Yeah.
Like, these have been a go-to for a lot of people for Fanatec up their game.
These were a big deal when they came out. I remember when these came out in COVID, I was using a Thrustmaster T150, which is where I sort of started on sim racing. And my Thrustmaster T150 pedals broke, and they're not, Thrustmaster T150 pedals are not good pedals, they're plastic pedals. And I couldn't afford them to get the TLCMs, and I went T3PA Pros. But I kind of regret it because the TLCMs seem like very good low cell pedals.
Yeah.
And also, I was using at that time a playseat challenge. These seem great for a playseat in terms of you get the load cell, but they're also going to stay.
Yeah.
Very different to the Moser CRPs that are really, you need to bolt them onto a rig. So it's a competitive setup for £1,000. The question is, we're going to come back to it again. Is it a serious contender at the high end? Because £1,000 is a lot of money, and when you're able to spend £1,000 on sim racing, congratulations if you're watching, you've got a £1,000 budget, you've worked hard, and you got it to spend on your hobby. You have options.
You do, and you have a lot of options.
Moser for £1,000, what you're going to get? You're going to get maybe CRP pedals. You're going to get something like a R5.
Yeah. And
you're going to get a KS rim or something like that. So, and that's going to be the unit's going to be smaller. So. But I can't. The thing is, though, I wish Thrustmaster they'd partner with retail when it comes to selling. We were looking at Currys and Very and all the big retailers in the UK.
Yeah.
You get them on Amazon as well. But when it comes to physical retail, if they can partner, they've got Ferrari as well. If they can partner, a bit like Logitech do with McLaren. So Logitech this weekend in Currys, we're doing a Logitech G challenge. You go down to your local Currys. They've got a wheel set up there and a rig. And if you're fastest, you get a prize. I did a separate giveaway with Logitech. I was partnered with them, where someone's won an Astro A50X headset.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to like get people trying it. If more people tried this, basically, I think they might be like, whoa, hang on, this is an interesting experience. This is completely different from, say, the Camus C12 we tried.
Yeah.
The Camus C12 is going to be the perfect wheel for some people. It's not going to be the perfect wheel for other people. It's 12 Newton meters, actually more powerful.
Yeah.
But this is, I think, more of a refined experience.
Like I said, when we used this, really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. We didn't really take it to its full potential. We didn't look into the lighting on the front, which was a really nice.
Yeah.
So there's some lighting just here. So this whole ring lights up. Really nice touch. We don't know because we didn't take it to its full potential. Is it
what
a light
do,
which? Yeah, is it just for your rev range? Really smooth.
Stop button on the side as well, rather than being around the back. You're trying to like stop it as a wheel spinning around. It's like here you can access it easily. So yeah, they thought about it. It's a real contender, and our experience is refined force feedback.
It's a bit big.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit big, but it does the job. It looks nice. I think it's very modern design on it.
It's big.
It's big.
It's definitely big. You've got to be aware of that. So when I have it, my monitor sits behind it rather than in front of it. When you compare it to something like the R3, I know the R3 is basically 4 Newton meters, completely different size. What I would say, Sam, is that I've been using the Logitech G Pro in Gran Turismo 7 for about 2 years and racing at times at a very high level.
Yeah.
I would not feel out of place using this setup for 2 years. I don't think I would feel like I'm really missing out. Got my load cells, got my direct drive one's very cool, and I've got options. Ironically, I've got more options than I do with Logitech when it comes to it. Now, I recommend the Logitech G Pro to a lot of people because I've used it for 2 years and it hasn't put a foot wrong. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I can genuinely say to you, if you buy it, hopefully you're going to get at least 2 years good use out of it. I just haven't used this for long enough. But if you're buying it for a retailer and it goes wrong within a year in the UK or the EU, you're going to go back to your retailer and you know, there's not legal advice, which should be covered. So that's what you get with a retailer that you're not going to get from Fanatec. And you're not going to get from Moser if you buy directly from Moser either, and you're probably not going to get from Camus. So, interesting proposition.
So I've got one question before we end it. If Mr. Thrustmaster was watching right now,
Mr. Guillemot, I think.
Mr. Guillemot was watching it right now, what would you say to him? I want on your next wheelbase pedals.
Think a great question. I think they should do more variations of T818, but hopefully on smaller. I think they should do something like the Moser R3. Imagine this, but just smaller. and it's Xbox compatible, PlayStation compatible.
Well, we know they have the licenses for consoles.
They've done it. Thrustmaster are in pole position here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say pole position. Thrustmaster are arguably ahead of, say, Moser.
Oh, yes,
They've got the
definitely.
PlayStation, they've got the Xbox, and people are there, and if they can do a mix and match with the pedals and everything like Logitech have done with the hub, that's what I want to see. Like, they've come out here, it works, a bit like the G Pro, looks like a really good solid attempt that people can do at the high end. Now can you filter it down? Same with the Logitech. I know this video is like, we're talking about Thrustmaster, but it's not a sponsored video. We're not paid to say anything, we're not saying anything. So like Logitech could bring the G Pro down.
Yeah.
In Newton meters, like we see with Moser R3. I think it will remain to see if the Moser R3 is a good seller. And again, it's something you kind of need to appreciate in person. Like, whoa, you could just juggle
How
with these.
small it is, yeah.
And you've got an ecosystem. I think that shows that, you know, this is a £1,000 setup. What can you do for 500?
Yeah. Could they get it down a few £100 to make it even more accessible for mid-range to low-end
hybrid PC? Probably people who are racing on a console,
and
but thinking in the future I might go to PC.
Correct.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. It's been really cool to see the Thrustmaster stuff up close and use it. We're actually about to go and do some racing on the TLCMs. I'm really excited about that. Let us know what you think. Hopefully Thrustmaster are going to see it and they will make some improvements as you want. And yeah, some affiliate links in the description if you want to buy some racing equipment. It helps me out. Should give you a discount as well. And we'll see you next time.